Ever wondered how to make the perfect marshmallow cinnamon bars? Welcome to a world of sweet delight where we'll explore the art of crafting these mouth-watering treats. Originating from the creative kitchen of Maria, these bars have taken the culinary world by storm. Imagine the soft, gooey marshmallow, the aromatic cinnamon, and the crispy, buttery base all coming together in one bite. It's no wonder they've become a hit at parties, family gatherings, and cozy evenings at home. Stay tuned to find out how you can create these delicious treats at home. First things first, gather all the ingredients to ensure a smooth cooking process. To create Maria's marshmallow cinnamon bars, you need the following. For the base, we'll need 1 cup of unsalted butter, softened to room temperature, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and a ½ cup of granulated sugar. The marshmallow layer will require 1 bag of mini marshmallows, about 10 ounces in total. For the cinnamon topping, we need a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon. And don't forget the pinch of salt for the base and the ½ cup of melted butter for the cinnamon topping. These will bring all the flavors together beautifully. Lastly, we need a baking pan and parchment paper to make the bars easy to remove after baking. Remember, quality ingredients make a quality dessert. So choose your ingredients wisely. Now that we have all our ingredients ready, we can start the fun part. Begin by preparing the bar's base, the foundation of our marshmallow cinnamon bars. Now, let's get down to business. The base of our bars is crucial. It's like the cornerstone of a building, providing structure and support. So, to get it right, we'll need to pay attention to every detail. First, let's combine our dry ingredients. In a large bowl, mix together 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of sugar, and a dash of salt. Give it a good mix until everything is well incorporated. This blend of dry ingredients will provide structure to our base. Next, let's move on to the heart of our base, butter. We're going to need 2 sticks of unsalted butter. Make sure it's at room temperature so it's easy to work with. Cut the butter into small cubes and add it to our dry ingredients. Now, using your fingers, work the butter into the dry mixture until it resembles coarse crumbs. This process might take a little bit of time and patience, but it's worth it. The butter will give our base that rich, crumbly texture we're looking for. Now, it's time to bring it all together. Press this crumbly mixture evenly into the bottom of a lined baking pan. Be sure to press firmly to ensure a solid base for our bars. But we're not quite done yet. The base needs to be pre-baked. Pop it into a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes. This process, known as blind baking, will ensure that our base is fully cooked and won't become soggy once we add the marshmallow layer. As the base bakes, a sweet, buttery aroma should fill your kitchen. When it's golden brown, take it out of the oven and let it cool. Patience is key here. We need our base to be completely cool before we add the next layer. With the base done, we're halfway there. So hang tight, because the next step is where the magic really happens. Next up is the marshmallow layer, the star of our recipe. Now this is where the magic happens. The marshmallow layer is crucial to the success of Maria's marshmallow cinnamon bars. It's what elevates this recipe from ordinary to extraordinary. To begin, we need to melt our marshmallows. You can use a double boiler for this task. If you don't have one, don't worry. Simply place a heat-proof bowl over a pot of simmering water. The bottom of the bowl should not touch the water. This method is just as effective. Add in your marshmallows and let them melt slowly. Patience is key here. Rushing this process can lead to a grainy texture, and we want our marshmallow layer to be as smooth as silk. Once the marshmallows have melted, it's time to add in a splash of vanilla extract. This will give our marshmallow layer an extra depth of flavor. Stir the mixture well until the vanilla is fully incorporated. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, how do I get that perfect marshmallow texture? Well, there's a little secret to that. The trick is to whip the mixture as it cools. This introduces air into the mixture, making it light and fluffy. It's what gives the marshmallow layer that irresistible cloud-like texture. You'll know you've achieved the perfect texture when the mixture is thick and glossy and holds its shape when you lift the spoon. It should be sticky, but not runny. It should look so good that you can't resist taking a spoonful right there and then. But resist we must, for we still have the cinnamon topping to look forward to. Once you're satisfied with the texture of your marshmallow layer, spread it evenly over the cooled base. Make sure to work quickly, as the marshmallow layer will start to set as it cools. And there you have it, the perfect marshmallow layer. It's smooth, it's fluffy, it's sweet, and it's ready to be topped with a sprinkle of cinnamon goodness. But that's a story for our next scene. Now it's time for the final touch, the cinnamon topping. The magic of Maria's marshmallow cinnamon bars lies not just in the fluffy marshmallow layer or the crunchy base, but in the crowning glory that is the cinnamon topping. This is the element that ties everything together and gives the bars their unique, warming flavor. So how do we prepare this special topping? It's quite simple, really. First, you'll need to grab 2 key ingredients: ground cinnamon and granulated sugar. The combination of these two brings out the best in each other, creating a spicy, sweet symphony that elevates the bars from good to great. Measure out a generous teaspoon of ground cinnamon. You want enough to add that distinct, warming flavor, but not so much that it overpowers the other elements. Next, add in 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. This will balance out the spice of the cinnamon and give the topping a delightful crunch. Now, in a small bowl, combine these 2 ingredients. Stir them together until they're thoroughly mixed. You're looking for a uniform color and consistency. It should resemble a fine, sandy beach with a warm cinnamon hue. With the topping prepared, it's time to apply it to our bars. Sprinkle the cinnamon sugar mixture evenly over the marshmallow layer. You want a thin layer covering the entire surface, so don't be shy. This is the moment to let your inner artist shine. The generous sprinkling of cinnamon and sugar doesn't just add flavor, it also creates a beautiful speckled appearance that makes these bars as pleasing to the eye as they are to the palate. And just like that, you've added the final touch to Maria's marshmallow cinnamon bars. The cinnamon topping adds a special kick to the recipe, infusing each bite with a spicy sweet surprise that complements the marshmallow and base layers beautifully. Voila! The bars are ready for the final bake. Now all that's left is to pop them into the oven and wait for the magic to happen. Soon, your kitchen will be filled with the irresistible aroma of cinnamon, sugar, and baking goodness. Let's pop these bars in the oven and wait for the magic to happen. Now, it's important to remember that baking is more than just heating up our ingredients. It's a delicate dance of heat and time, transforming our simple dough into a golden delight. For our marshmallow cinnamon bars, we're going to bake them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The perfect baking time for these bars is about 25 to 30 minutes. But don't just rely on the clock, keep an eye on them. You're looking for a light golden brown color on the top, and the edges should be just pulling away from the sides of the pan. Once the timer goes off, you're going to want to dive right in. But remember, patience is key. These bars need to cool properly to achieve that perfect texture. Let them cool in the pan for about 10 minutes, then transfer them to a wire rack to cool completely. Why is cooling so important, you ask? Well, it allows the bars to set, firming up the marshmallow and cinnamon layers. Plus, it makes them much easier to cut into neat squares. And as tempting as it may be to grab a taste, the flavors really develop as the bars cool. So give them a bit of time to reach their full potential. And there we have it, our marshmallow cinnamon bars are ready. Let's quickly recap the process for those who want to try this at home. We began with the fresh ingredient reveal, showcasing the simplicity of our recipe. For the base, we combined flour, sugar, and butter to create a crumbly, golden mixture, pressing it firmly into a baking dish. Next, we moved on to the marshmallow layer. We melted marshmallows and milk together, stirring until we achieved a smooth, creamy consistency. This layer was then spread evenly over our base. Following the marshmallow layer, we added the cinnamon topping, a blend of cinnamon, sugar, and butter. This topping brought a sweet and spicy note to our bars. Finally, we baked our creation in a preheated oven, allowing it to cool before cutting into bars. That's it for today, folks. You're now ready to impress your friends and family with these delicious marshmallow cinnamon bars.